Poland ratifies EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement.
Prime Minister Pham Chinh attends Vietnam Logistics Forum 2025.
Đăng Kim Oanh, Vietnam's Exemplary Female Leader with Disabilities 2025.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news by Nghệ An Press and Broadcasting Agency. I'm Hoàng Yến, and here we go, the first headline of the show. Polish President Karol Nawrocki just signed an act ratifying the EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement, officially completing the final step for Poland to become the 20th out of 27th EU member states to do so.
Previously, the bill submitted by the Polish government on the ratification of EVIPA had been approved with 100% support in the same lower house on October 17th and in the Senate on November 6th. This demonstrates that all political parties and forces in Poland want to strengthen cooperation with Vietnam, one of the EU nation's most important partners in Southeast Asia. The fresh ratification holds significant meaning for the bilateral, traditional friendship. The event is expected to elevate ties to a new height and create momentum for further cooperation in many fields, particularly economy, trade, and investment.
On the morning of November 29th, Prime Minister Pham just attended the plenary session of the Vietnam Logistics Forum 2025 with the theme Vietnam Logistics Reaching Out to a New Era.
At the session, leaders of state management agencies, logistics enterprises, industry associations, experts and international organizations exchanged and discussed the situation of Vietnam's logistics industry, achievements, difficulties, obstacles, and proposed specific solutions. Acknowledging and highly appreciating the presentations by the delegates and speakers at the forum, Prime Minister Pham Chinh emphasized that the party and the state pay great attention to and have implemented many important policies and strategies and invested resources to develop the logistics sector. Thanks to that, many encouraging results have been achieved. The growth rate of logistics services is fast and stable, reaching an average of 14–16% per year, directly contributing to the annual GDP at 4.5 to 5% of GDP. However, the Prime Minister also pointed out existing shortcomings and limitations in Vietnam's logistics sector, such as Vietnam's logistics costs remain high compared to other countries in the region, and regional connectivity and infrastructure linkage are not yet synchronized. The Prime Minister requested the Ministry of Industry and Trade to coordinate with relevant ministries, agencies, localities, associations, and logistics enterprises to effectively implement the roadmap for the Vietnam Logistics Services Development Strategy for the 2025-2035 period, with a vision toward 2050.
One of the Ukraine's most influential political operators and a close aide of President Volodymyr Zelensky, Mr. Andriy Yermak, has just resigned hours after anti-corruption agencies raided his home.
Officially, the Chief of Staff to the President, Mr. Andriy Yermak, has often been seen as Ukraine's second most powerful man. He has been leading the Ukrainian delegation during recent talks in Geneva with Washington. The raid comes just 2 weeks after the two agencies announced a sweeping investigation into an alleged kickback scheme concerning Ukraine's critical energy infrastructure. The latest development is particularly awkward for President Zelensky, given Yermak's recent elevation to the top of Ukraine's negotiating team. It is unclear who will take Yermak's spot in the next rounds of the negotiations, expected as early as the next few days.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Within the framework of the working trip to Switzerland, the Nghệ An provincial delegation attended the dialogue titled New Global Trends in Green Finance and Sustainable Agriculture, Policy Implications for Vietnam in Switzerland. The dialogue gathered many experts from major organizations such as the World Trade Organization, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and the World Economic Forum. Speaking at the discussion session, Mr. Phuong Thanh Vinh, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, emphasized that the green transition is identified by the province as a long-term strategic orientation linked to the goals of sustainable economic development, enhancing resilience, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. He stated that Nghệ An is actively implementing several programs, including the development of high-tech agriculture, the expansion of organic production models, and the step-by-step construction of sustainable agricultural product value chains.
A job fair for laborers returning from South Korea and Japan was held in Hanoi. The fair was organized by the Hanoi Employment Service Center and the Overseas Labor Center under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Accordingly, laborers with seniority and working experience abroad were highly sought after, with attractive salaries ranging from 15 million VND up to 40 million VND. Out of a total of 54 participating businesses, the recruitment demand was for nearly 1,900 positions, focusing mainly on professions such as high-tech engineering, machine operators, production workers, and electronics. The job fair served as an opportunity to connect experienced laborers who possess foreign language skills and work experience abroad with businesses invested by South Korea and Japan and Vietnam.
The Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam at the end of November 28th called an emergency meeting with domestic carriers to discuss the impact of Airbus's global recall of 6,000 jets of the A320 family. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, had earlier ordered airlines worldwide to replace the equipment or update the software of the flight control computer system for A319, A320, and A321 jets. 81 of the 169 A320 and A321 aircraft in operation in Vietnam will be affected and require equipment replacement or software update. Airlines are also urgently reviewing their operating plans to make adjustments that minimize cancellations and disruptions to passengers.
Despite being born with health and circumstantial disadvantages, many people with disabilities continuously strive to rise up and affirm their self-worth. And now let's meet Mrs. Kim Oanh, a remarkable woman, a name associated with a story of perseverance and diffusion of love. More in the story today.
Carrying the lasting effects of Agent Orange inherited from her father, Kim Oan's, born in 1994, childhood in Nam Jon, Nghệ An, was a series of physical challenges. Despite being only 1 meter tall, Kim Oan always exudes a special source of energy. She has proven that a powerful will can overcome all imperfections. Kim Oan graduated from the University of Labor and Social Affairs and became the vice chairwoman of the Self-Help Club for Persons with Disabilities in Nam Jon. Kim Oan is one of 20 exemplary individuals participating in the Vietnam's Female Leaders with Disabilities 2025 program.
I recall the moment I received this notification. This is an honor for myself, and I feel inspired to have been entrusted with belief by the program.
Deeply understanding the concerns about livelihood, she and her peers established the Nam Jon Self-Help Club for Persons with Disabilities. The club quickly became a spiritual pillar, spreading the light of hope. The club has implemented a smart poultry farming model, utilizing home gardens, and being especially suitable for the health conditions of people with disabilities.
Kim Oan has created many jobs for club members, from sales to livestock development.
Thanks to Kim Oan's burning passion, the club was fortunate to receive timely support from Hoang Gia Phat Group. This cooperation serves as a powerful motivation, boosting the journey of sowing good seeds, and together, laying a solid foundation for a truly sustainable livelihood network.
Kim
Oan will spread positive messages to the disabled community. She will be a shining example for everyone.
Kim Owen's journey is the sweetest proof. As long as we have aspirations, we can overcome all physical limitations to fulfill our dreams and spread love.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.